Holito Chamoengapa. This right here is a census from 1950. I have a census on my drive from the 1800s of my second great grandfather and third great grandfather and his fourth parents, my fourth great grandparents. And they're from Virginia and they're also in Mississippi. And they're on the roll there um, as Negro, okay, and black. They're on there as black, but this one right here, they're on here as Negro. Okay, so you can see that they changed the race. Um, and this is what I also found interesting, right? Their occupation on here is farmer. This is my great uncle, and this is my great grandmother. These are my aunties, and this is my uncles. Um, they're still alive today. My uncles, they're still alive today. Maggie, she's not. But like when you see stuff like this, man, um, it's it's one of those things where it's like you want to keep records of where your people have been, because here I am. I'm from Chicago, born in Chicago. I have a record of a birth certificate, original birth certificate that I have, and the county has an original birth certificate on the computer as well. So in years to come, my records are going to be furbished to the Library of Congress. The Library of Congress is going to sell the documents to companies that deal with ancestry. And you're going to be able to see it. You're going to be able to see where I was born and where I come from and everything, the street I grew up on. All right, so you can see right here, they're not on here as black, they're on here as Negro. All right, so, and you can see also they're not on here as American Indian, they're on here as Negro. And see, you have people right here at the top, they're on here as white. All right, so I would like to have known like what would have constituted a person to be white and what would have constituted a person to be American Indian, because we know what a Japanese is, we know what a Chinese is, we know what a Filipino is. All right, so you have records like this, you want to keep it. And I just downloaded this. Like, you want to keep it because this is going to be proof in the future that um, the United States Census Bureau in Mississippi, Coahoma, they were misdocketing the races of people. You can see all these people right here, Negro. All right. So you want to hear as Negro, you're pretty much set, because like that's just proof that your history was stolen from you. All right, your history was stolen from you. They told you you were black. They told you you were Negro. They told you you were colored. Okay, like every 10, 15, no, every 20 years they change your race. All right, so now they just inducted into law that Judaism is now a race now. All right, so they're getting their dabs in. They're also going in for saying that, um, they want to say that other pronouns are races as well. They're going to say that LGBTQI plus was a race. They're going to say that trans was a race. Right? Just wait till you see this, man. Like, I think that people should never change their races, but luckily we know what a Negro is in history, thanks to dictionaries and ethnologies and etymology and homonyms and stuff like that, and mononyms and transonyms. Thanks to that information and scholarship, we know what a Negro is in history, just by depiction. All right, so let's read this. In this house on a is this house on a farm or a ranch? Okay, all of this is yes. Let's see what else it says. House and sport apartment number. Okay. So they had apartments back then. I didn't know that. All right. And so you can see the houses had two people in them back then. They had a head and a wife. Pretty rare that you didn't have that. Um, so that's a good thing. Like people stayed together back then. All right. Um, is this person foreign born or naturalized? Okay. Yes or no? All right. So they left this blank. Let's see. What was this person doing most of last week working? Okay. Oh, oh. So here it says overtime. All right. So they worked hard, man. Like even the kids, like you can see right here, they're working. So it says overtime. I think that says overtime. Um, this person do any work in all week? So this says no. Um, what was? It's like an income question, like on an IRS form, right? These people could have been working here, and they have them jotted as no, they weren't working. Um, it's kind of maddening that they right. It's kind of maddening that they ask you questions that will come back to haunt your progeny later. It's kind of odd that they do that though. Like you ask me if I'm working and I'm on a census. So if I'm on a census, um, something has to give. Like it's some way that I'm gonna have to support my living. All right. So it says class of worker, own. All right. So you can see right here, he owned everything he had. Right. And then you can see right here, um, the white people, and I'm not sure like what type of whites there were, if they were black whites or were they white whites. Um, and I'm not sure, but it says right here they owned the business. And then right here for the Negroes, it says they were a private employer, private. So things worked out back then. Okay, this is in Mississippi, Coahoma, right? I'm not sure how many people have been to Coahoma, but obviously down there, things are quite different than they are in the north. Um, so I'm not sure what this is, um, but this is a historical document. Um, this is a historical document, right? So you can see right here that birthplace, Mississippi, right? Their birthplace is Arkansas. This person's birthplace is Illinois. Like imagine being born in Illinois in the 1950s, right? You know how cool that would be? That'd be cool, right? Um, but like sometimes you're gonna get that right. And this just popped up in my artificial intelligence box on Ancestry. I don't think I'm paying a monthly subscription. I did before, but I don't think I am now. But what happened was like it just popped up, and like sometimes they give you hints and tips. And so when you get records from the past, like you gotta save them. Um, I put mine on the disk, and I just wait for like me to get a computer that has a USB drive so I can look at them, because I gave my other computer away. But like this is a MacBook, so it'll be working for a long time, and I'll be able to just upload the document to my email. So that'll work out for me in the long run, right? Because my email has a drive on it itself. But like these right here, you want to keep these records. You want to, um, like something like this, you can use in court. Like say if you have an inquiry from a judge, and he wants you to act as a witness to um, a question or a he wants you to act witness to a I don't want to say crime because you're not supposed to be a witness to a crime of yourself. But like say if you have a inquiry about um, a survey or something like that, like where are you, like they're asking you like where are you from or something like that, you want to have like a census from a old record, and then you want to have DNA to support it. So there's a number of ways you can do things. You just have to put your mind to it and just think hard about it. But this bragging rights, to have a document where you have a matrilineal um, um, pass that you can hand down to someone. You want to have these type of things, all right? Because they don't do this no more. Like they don't go house to house asking you who you are and ask you these type of questions and what do you do for a living. They don't do this no more. They may do it down there, but I haven't seen them do this in the north. Usually when census taking come around, you have to go online and fill out a census survey. But I've done it before, and I put it on my race is more. All right, so we're going back some. Um, More is going to be on my census for this last census. More is going to be as my race, and I put on that I was homeless because I didn't have a home at the time. So when people look at that record and it's furbished, they're going to think like, "Oh, I didn't know that." Our cousin, or like if I have kids, my father, our grandfather, our great great grandfather, he was a Moor, okay, and he didn't have in his inheritance. So that type of stuff, man, it's important. Um, and like you see right here, like her husband, Dutch Johnson, he was a farmer. Like if you look in history and you look up Negro farmers and stuff like that, and where did they come from, you'll be able to see like, okay, they came from, they were here, they learned that culture from antebellum slavery. All right, so that automatically tells you that his parents and her parents were already in the South if they were farmers. All right, because if you're coming here off Easter Island or somewhere, like you're not here to farm. All right, so it's like, where does it begin? Where did you draw a line in the sand? Right, like where did you draw a line in the sand? Because like you come over here, you just getting out of jail or something. You need something to, like, you need money to buy land. And then like you have to think like, what were the laws back then? Could you just buy land, or did you have to inherit land, or did you have to give land? Did you have to be in a right status? So I hope they give me more, um, like more clues and stuff like that, so I can like download these PDFs. So I'll go ahead and close out. If you all get ancestry.com, share me in the community tab, and I will look at your video and support it. So, we can start putting thinking group tanks together, so we can figure out how can we get our family their lands back. Because that's what I'm about. I'm about activism. I'm about truth. I'm about society, and I'm about governance. If we have governance, we have plenty. Okay, so like being from Chicago, I understand governance well. I understand that you have to have peace in order to survive, and I also understand you have to have seriousness, right? So that's what I'm about. So Yokaki Metus.